Hi everybody, welcome to your practice, to your mat today. Get yourself a fairly high support. I put a bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, build up your support so that it's more or less 6 or 7 centimeters high. So you're sitting on a height for today. Especially for those of you with knee issues, this is a good way to fold the legs into Virasana. So come and bring your knees together. Place your fingertips deep into the back of the knee joint and iron your calf muscles back and come and sit with that support either side of your ankles, your heels, so that you come fully onto the top of your feet. And if you need to sit still higher, take something else. Take another foam, another blanket, bricks, so that you sit and have some space in the back of the knee for today. And releasing the knees, releasing the buttocks, so the knees going forward, the skin of the knees releasing forward, the skin of the buttocks moving back so that you can have long shins and let the whole of the shins settle into the floor, especially the front of your ankle. It's as if you have a little band over the back of the ankle pressing down so that the feet settle. And that settling down, you will find, gets a lift to the front of the tail, the pubis, the abdomen. So just for a moment, press down biomechanically into that front of the ankle and see what happens to the containment of this whole abdominal cavity. Allow the pelvic floor to ease into the body. Bring your palms into Atma Anjali Mudra and let the gaze of the eyes settle onto the horizon line in front of you. So don't be looking at the screen at me. Let the eyes settle forward, eyes softly open for the moment, but bring your awareness to your collarbones. Allow them to spread. Feel as if the inner collarbones inflate somewhat so that you can release the shoulders broadly with the shoulder blades broadly down the back body. Like a sheet of water flowing down through the skin, the flesh of the upper buttocks. And then once more, that action of deepening somewhat the front of the ankles into the mat. Feel how you get a lift to the front of the tail, a lift to the pubic plate, and that settling of the abdomen into its rightful position. Ease up through the front of the spine. So there's this constant circular flow of energy, up the front body, down the back body. With the eyes softening, can you allow the eyes to gently come closed? And invite your awareness to come and rest in the breath. And now include the breathing process in that circular flow of energy. As you breathe in, allow the energy to flow up the front of the spine. Pause at the collarbones, the shoulders. As you breathe out broadly, releasing down the back body. So as the breath settles, becoming soft and smooth, so the flow of energy settles, becoming soft and smooth. So in that soft, smooth flow of energy, feel how on the inhalation, there's a constant lift of the front body upwards into a sense of sitting, the sense of dignity. And that quietening of the mind, the releasing of the tension as you breathe out broadly down the back body. allowing yourself time to come fully into the space of your body as you prepare for your practice today. Slow, soft, smooth inhalation. Slow, soft, smooth exhalation. A sense of quiet, internal listening. Keeping the shoulders broadly, releasing down the back, bow your head to your heart and make your own inner acknowledgements. Rest the back of your hands onto your thighs, raise your head and open your eyes. We're going to be working into gentle back bends this morning, so just be aware, those of you that do have lower back, neck and shoulder issues, take it easy. There will be gentle, almost preparatory poses for back bend, so see if it's a possibility that it warms up and releases any tension in your back. Come into Dandasana for a moment. Feet apart, take your hands onto that support behind you. So as I said, I've got the bolster and it's nice and high. And extend all the way through the back of the legs, through the inner legs, and reach the heels away from you, especially the inner heels. And then as you draw back through the outer legs, feel a sense of as if you've got two hands compacting the femur heads into the hip socket. That also allows for that abdomen to move back into its right position and the lift of the spine. So the front spine easing upwards, creating that dynamic lift. The back spine as if moving energetically down the back body. And then from there, can you excuse me for a moment, kind sir? Thank you. Take your left leg and bending both legs, tuck your left foot to the right. If this is not possible, just for today, keep your legs in Dandasana. But if you can, take that foot to the right. If the knee is still raised, you can put a support there for the knee. You can even take a support of the brick for the knee if the knee is very high. But if the knee is going to be as high as this, I would rather you keep the legs in Dandasana. So left leg underneath, right leg up and over. And if this Gomukha Sun action of the legs is not possible, you can just put one foot there and then support this other leg. So you have a setup like that. But it's going to be able to spread and warm up this lower back, get a sense of spreading through the sacrum. And then from there, take your left arm and stretch it out to the side. For the moment, palm facing down. Take your right hand to the shoulder, and like I said, you want to inflate the collarbone, roll the shoulder back, and then turn the palm forward and upwards to get this external rotation of the inner upper arm and reach away. From that, keep your hand onto the shoulder so the shoulder continues to roll back. Don't let it come forwards as you turn your elbow in and take your palm back. So this continues that rotation. This spirals inward. It's just like you do in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Same arm action. Then move your arm as far back as you can and slide your hand up your back. So, in other words, if I demonstrate the other way, I'm going to take this hand to the shoulder, turn this completely up. This arm rolls out. Then this maintains that. Now turn that in and down. So this rolls out, that rolls in. Take the arm back, and slide it up your back. So some of us, it might only get to the waist. That's fine. Just be there. But keep the shoulder rolling back. So rolling that shoulder back, arm back, turn it back, and tuck it in. Now, keep it there for a moment and just roll the shoulder back. Then, once you've settled there, let the shoulder quieten. It might come forward somewhat, but you want to continue that rolling action. Stretch your right arm up. Rotate the whole of this arm in the armpit and take this arm back. And then from there, can you reach back and grip the fingers? So you're coming into Gomukhasana. And if you can't reach, take your belt. You can just let your belt hang there. So this hand might be here and this hand might be there. But have some traction on the belt to be able to pull up and to pull down. So Gomukhasana, head of the cow. And draw up with your right elbow, draw down with your left elbow. And once more, can you set up rolling this shoulder back? Think of that shoulder today. Because when that shoulder rolls back and down, can you bring your left inner shoulder blade into the back? So that lower inner shoulder blade, like a point there, dig it in. And for some of you, if you're gripping, it'll be where the heel of the palm of your left hand is. Move that into the body. So it encourages the lift of the sternum, and then you can inflate, especially this inner collarbone, so that this shoulder rolls back and down. And then release and let go, and just let the arms rest to the side. From there, stretch your legs away from you. Once more into Dandasana. Take your hands behind you, roll those shoulders back. Very important that we keep this collarbone inflation and the shoulders rolling back, especially in the aging process, because as we age, the trapezius, the upper trapezius tend to harden like rocks, and especially now people sitting on computers more and more, we roll forwards, and this kyphosis starts to enlarge until this turns into the Rock of Gibraltar, and we don't want to go there. So now, tuck your left leg in and take your right leg up and over. Once more, remember the various stages if you need to do that, or stay in Dandasana. Please don't let the knees dangle. Support that underneath leg. From there, stretch your right arm away from you. Take your left hand and roll that shoulder back and down to the best of your capacity. So the arm now is turned up. You're turning the whole of this arm up and out. Keep this upper arm rolling out. That's why the shoulder's rolling back. From the elbow, you want to turn that hand down to spiral inwards. So it's like the elbow's the halfway mark. Turn the palm to face back and stretch that arm back. Now tuck that arm behind the back. If you need your belt, please just drape it over your shoulder. Stretch your left arm up. Roll the whole of this arm in the armpit, and now move that arm back and then clasp. So you've got, if I look at the back, you've got a setup of this rolling back, this moving back, tuck it up. This shoulder rolling back, make this the important part, the focal point. Stretch this arm up, reach it back, and then grip. So as I was saying, here, if you're gripping, it's more or less where the heel of the palm is. This dorsal thoracic area, dig it in, move it firmly into the body. Without compromising here, this moving in should lift the sternum for you. And then from there, pull up as much as you pull down. Rolling that shoulder back. So this shoulder rolling back will eventually settle and then let it quieten. But make that the focal point so that you think of this upper trapezius moving down. And when you can release that upper trapezius down, now move the lower trapezius into the back. Lift your sternum, spread especially that left collarbone. And from there, release, let go, and come sitting. And then from there, release your legs and come into Dandasana. So from there, Adho Mukha Virasana. Go and lie down now. Go on your bed. On your bed. Come on. Sit. Good. Okay. Come and kneel up. I have 2 bricks here. Take one of your blankets, part your knees. Take one of your blankets and make just a little roll in the blanket and put that blanket behind the blanket. So put your head on your bolster. Bring that blanket behind the knee joint. So this is what you were doing with your fingers earlier on. Bring your feet together, big toes together. And now sitting back, take at least one foam to be under your buttocks. Part your knees so that this support can come at least in between the knees. And then for today, take your bricks on their narrow edge, excuse me, and have this brick under the sternum bone and have this brick for the forehead and reach your arms forward. Spread across the collarbones. So making space in this collarbone area, have space for the shoulders to roll down the back body. And now move this dorsal thoracic into the body so that it's as if you're going to press the sternum into the brick and now scrub biomechanically that brick with your sternum bone up to your forehead. But release the skin of the forehead to your sternum bone. And then soften the shoulders. You've done all the active part. Come into a space of effortless effort in the working of the shoulders. So once more, the inner upper arms roll up and out like you did in Babukasan. The forearms roll from the outer elbow point down to press down into the index finger and the thumb. So it's a ringing action of the arms. Grip your tricep, your outer upper arms to the bone. And breathe. Come back to that slow inhalation up the front body, lifting the sternum to the collarbones. Broadly, shoulders, shoulder blades, upper buttocks, down the back body. So start to get a sense of this whole area as well. Awakening, spreading. And from there, come up. Remove these supports behind the back of the knees. Come onto all fours. Tuck your right toes under and stretch into the heel. Extend the leg and then laterally squeeze your knees from the inside out, from the outside in. So think lateral squeezing, not front to back or back to front, sideways. And then the knee, you'll see, will fit into its joint. Release your right leg and extend your left leg back. From the calf, reach all the way through to the heel. Drawing the thighs up. Shoulders away from the ears. So that constant moving the upper trapezius towards the lower so that the lower trapezius can activate and lift your sternum. And from there, release, let go, and remove all your props. Come onto all fours. So once more, the inner upper arm rolling out, the outer upper arm rolling in, forearm rolling in, so that the stability is in the elbows. Root down more through the root of your index finger, so the energy rolls from the little finger to the medial line. Tuck your toes under and come up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Reach the heels back, like you pulling your heels back towards the wall behind you. And then stand the heels down, but lift the buttocks higher. Draw the upper buttocks high. Make a point with your buttock bones. Shoulders broadly up the back body. And from there, come forwards and come onto your knees, onto the top of your feet, and come for the first Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Bring the tail into the body. Curl the tail into the body. Abdomen broadly back and up the front of the spine. Collarbones broad, shoulders rolling back. Keep looking forwards. Those of you that can just fully activate your legs by pressing the top of the feet into the floor. Otherwise, if it's too intense, keep your knees down. But everybody, tuck your toes under. Lift your buttocks vertically up to the ceiling. Come onto your tippy toes. And lift the buttocks. Now press the heels back and down. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Open your armpits like you were doing in that upper arm in Gomukhasana. Once more, come forwards, come onto your knees, press the top of the feet into the floor. And now, as you roll the shoulders back and you look somewhat up, without hardening the throat. Keep the inner walls of the throat soft, open, as if you would be able to sing. But tuck that tailbone deeply in by bringing the middle buttocks deeply into the body and the front thighs move back. That's why in Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, to be able to press these front thighs back and straighten the legs is more beneficial for that lower back. But if you can't, just stay with the legs bent to the floor. Inhale, lift your hips high. Come onto the tippy toes just for a moment and roll over. Wonderful for arthritis, to be able to massage and roll over those toes. So we're going to do 3 more of those, just a little bit faster. Inhale, coming forwards, Urdhva Mukha, either knees to the floor, keeping the legs straight. Now look up, roll the shoulders back. Dig those middle buttocks in, tailbone in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Warming the back up. Getting a lovely flexibility into the spine. Last one. If you need to bend your knees, please do. Lifting up. Press the heels down. Lift the buttocks. Create space in the side ribs. Breathe. Expand into those side ribs. Bend your legs. Come into Adho Mukha Virasana for a moment. Just relax. Rest your forehead onto your hands. And then from there, come sitting up. Take your chair and tip your chair over. I hope you've all, hopefully, got a yoga chair. So you're going to tip the chair over, upside down, and for today, take at least 2 foams or rolled blankets so that you have a height of, say, about 5-6 centimeters. Take your bolster onto the crossbar of the chair and take your blanket. We're going to go into Supta Virasana. Wonderful Virasana for tired legs, varicose veins, people that run marathons. So, as I say, tired legs, people that use their legs a lot. This is a wonderful pose. So once more, open the back of the knee. If you need a blanket behind the back of the knee, or if you just have a little bit of distress in the knee, you can take a rope, better than a belt, but you can take a belt behind the back of the knee and really pull on the inner and the outer knee. Take it forwards, open the back of the knee. And then as you sit, just see, outer knee needs it, inner knee needs it. For most of us, when we sit and we close the knee, it's usually this inner knee. And if you press a little more onto the little toe and align your heel, you'll find the little knee will move, the inner knee will move away and up. Now bring your bolster close in, and from there, fold back and bring your blanket for the back of the neck and the head. And just settle those shin bones down. Have your hands onto your heels. Lift your inner heel with your thumbs up and press your inner heel up and out and wrap your fingers around the outer ankle bone and settle your outer ankle away from your fingers. Let the inner thigh, inner knee ease away and up. Come to the center of your shin bone. Rest the front of those shins down once more and lengthen your upper buttocks. So create that support, that this upper buttocks is long, that the tail can curl in and the abdomen draw back. Take your arms up and over your head, reaching into the tip of the fingers. Fold your elbows, whichever way is customary for you. Comfortable. Your habitual way. Close your eyes. Settling the shin bones down. Let the front thighs lengthen. So feel a lovely extension, stretch come across those front thighs. Breathing in up the front body, broaden the collarbones, breathing out down the back body. So set up that circular flow of energy as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Extend the arms away from you, and now fold your arms the other way. Feel the subtle difference in the shoulders as you do that, because that's why you have a habitual way and a way that you don't like doing it, because usually then that shoulder becomes uncomfortable. Can you adjust it? Breathing in, up the front body, up the front of the spine, front of the spine. Breathing out broadly down the back body, down the back spine. Circular flow of energy. At the end of the inhalation, pause at the top of the shoulders. At the end of the exhalation, pause at the base of the pose. Letting the thoracic diaphragm soften as you pause at the end of the exhale. And then once more. Deep, smooth inhalation. Pause at the shoulders. Long, complete exhalation. Down the back body and pause as if at the buttock bones. Soften the inner walls of the throat. Relax the tongue into the floor of the throat. Check where your habitual place is to hold those little grips of tension. Can you release it with the exhalation? Stretch the arms away from you. Just for a moment, really be active here. Press the top of the shins down. Press the base of the shins down, so the whole of the shin bone, pressing to the floor. Feel how it coils that tailbone in for you. Broadly take the abdomen back and dynamically lift it up to your fingertips, as if broadly up the front of the spine. Lengthen the back body, bring the tail into the body. So all that work you were doing in Urdhva Mukha Svangasan, spreading the sacrum. And from there, bring the arms up and over. Place your hands to your heels. Now, keep your head passive. Come up from that dorsal thoracic, as if this area is lifting you up. And then bring the head. From there, tuck the toes under, and just like you did earlier on, take it wide, stretch your right leg out to the side, pressing to the heel. Squeeze the knee laterally, so from the outside in, from the inside out, like you've got a vice grip there. Squeeze it, squeeze the knee. And then from there, release the right leg and take the left leg wide. And then from there, release, come up, remove all your props, keep your bolster handy. If you don't have a bolster, once more, take your blankets. Last pose for today is Setu Bandha, Savangasan, or bridge pose. You're going to take your bolster and come and sit on the bolster so that you're fairly close to the wall and your legs are bent. Then from there, lean back onto your elbows. Keep your legs bent, and from there, push your heels into the wall to straighten your legs, so that it's just your buttocks. It's the base of your sacrum and your tail that's onto the bolster, not the top of the sacrum bone. And from there, you're going to lie back, grip the bolster, tuck your shoulders underneath you. Now broaden across those collarbones. Roll the shoulders back. Really have this opportunity to tuck those shoulders underneath you. Remember your Gomukha hand, pressing that shoulder back and down. Roll the inner upper arms up and out, and then just rest, relax the hands. So the shoulders moving down the back body, the upper buttocks moving down towards the heels pressing into the wall. Collarbones broad. Now, curling that tail in. Lift these frontal hip tops towards the lower front ribs and soften your abdomen back. Lengthen the back of the neck away from the shoulders. So the shoulders move to the heels, but the nape of the neck moves towards the base of the skull, slightly tucking in your chin. From there, you've set up the actions, you've set up the effort. Can you maintain that with a sense of effortlessness and be in Setu Bandha Savangasan, bridge pose? And this is such a subtle bridge pose. Pregnant ladies, menstruating ladies, people with back issues can do this. And once more, come to the awareness of the breath. Smooth, soft inhalation up the front of the back body. Smooth, soft exhalation broadly down the back body. Let those pauses, those moments of still, be a little longer now. So breathing in, Pause at the collarbones. Let them spread, let them roll down the back body as you pause the breath. And then smooth, slow, soft exhalation. And pause at the base of the trunk until you feel you need to breathe in again. Let the breath become slow, smooth, steady. Complete the breath you're on. And just let the breath settle. Normal breathing. Feel how you had consciously changed the flow of the breath whilst you were doing these poses. Bend up your legs, lift your buttocks and slide your bolster so that it's just below the buttocks. And from there, shift yourself just a little up so that your feet don't touch the wall, and come and lie for Shavasana. Feel how the shoulders have spread, the shoulders rolling down the back body, a sense of inner openness to the chest area, easier capacity to breathe. You have consciously opened the chest. Now let it be maintained as you just surrender and let go. Let go even the control, the change, the modulation of the breath. Let go completely. Complete the breath you're on. Allow the breath once more to become a little fuller as you focus on the breath, breathing in through the whole of the trunk, the abdominal, the thoracic cavities filling with the breath. And breathe out completely. One by one, draw up your legs so the feet rest on the bolster. And extend your arm over your head as you roll over onto your right. Check in on how the back body feels after your practice. Does it feel a little warmer, a little more open, flexible, mobile? Press down with your left hand, curl towards the front. Press down in your right hand. Come and sit in Sukhasana, palms into Atmanjali Mudra. Easing upwards through the spine. Spine long, tall, light. Shoulders quiet, relaxed. Bow your head to your heart, making your own inner acknowledgements. Rest the back of your hands onto your inner knees. Raise your head. Let the eyes softly come open. And maybe they open and close a little. And they open a little more and close until the eyes adjust to the light. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.